Chapter 3. In this chapter, you will learn how to fill out the Affidavit in Support of Motion to Modify Child Support Form, CSX 203. Whenever you file a motion asking a judge, referee, or magistrate to change or modify an order, you must also file an affidavit supporting that motion. As I explained in the second chapter, a motion is telling the court what you want the court to decide, and the affidavit explains why you are asking for your motion. This is your opportunity to explain to the judge or magistrate why you are trying to modify your child support order. This is what the first page of the Affidavit in Support of Motion to Modify Child Support looks like. Notice on the bottom left-hand side of the form, you will see CSX 203. Again, fill in the caption of the form just as you did with your motion to modify child support. Under the caption, you will see what is called an affidavit block. Wait to fill in the name of the county where you plan to sign the affidavit. If you know you will sign it in a particular county, you can go ahead and fill it in now. This does not have to be the same county where you file the case. If you will not be signing this form in Minnesota, then you must also white out or neatly cross out Minnesota and write in the state where you plan to sign this affidavit. For this example, Fred will be signing the form in Blue Earth County. Write in your name on line 1 and then check whether you are the obligor, the person paying child support, or the obligee, the person receiving child support. Write in the name or names of the children in line 2, including the birth dates and whether there is any court-ordered parenting time. This question is only asking about children you have with the other party in this case. In this particular case, Fred and Wilma have one child, Pebbles Flintstone. If you have more than one child support case with the other party, only list the name of the child or children involved in this particular case. Do not include names of children that you have with another person. You will be asked for that information later. If you do have more than one child support case with the other party, list the names of the other children and their birth dates in the space provided below. In this particular case, Fred does not have any other children with Wilma, so the question does not apply to Fred. Therefore, Fred can write NA, which means not applicable. Based on what you asked for in your motion to modify child support, you must now state in question 3 why you are asking to modify the child support order. Fred recently lost his job at the rock quarry, so his income has substantially changed. He was ordered to provide medical insurance for Pebbles, but no longer has benefits available to him. Question 4 allows you to give some more detailed information to the magistrate on why the child support order should be modified. As the instructions explain, provide details, and if you have documents to prove your claims, be sure to attach them to your forms. For example, Fred was laid off recently from the rock quarry where he's been employed for the last 15 years. His child support is taken directly out of his unemployment check and leaves him very little income to meet his expenses. He is requesting his child support be modified based on his unemployment benefits, which are significantly less than what he was earning before. If you need more space than what is provided on the form, you can either write all of your answer on an attached piece of paper or partially write in your answer and continue it to another page. If you do use an attached piece of paper, be sure to write See Attachment 4 or Continued on Attachment 4 in the space provided. Be sure to then label your attached piece of paper as Attachment 4. If you are asking the court to modify the terms of your health care support, then answer question 5. If you are not asking to modify health care support, skip to question 6. In this case, Fred is asking that he no longer be responsible for providing insurance for Pebbles and that she be added to Wilma's insurance. Be sure to explain why you are asking to change the terms of the health care support order. If insurance is available through your employer, include the cost of coverage for yourself and dependents. If you are asking to change the court order for child care or daycare, then answer question 6. If not, skip to question 7. For question 6, fill in the information about the current order, if there is one or not, and current information about the child care. If you are aware that there are child care costs, but do not know the current cost of child care, you can write unknown in the space for letter C. To fill out the following questions, look at your current child support order. Again, if you do not have a copy of your existing order, contact court administration or go to the courthouse where the case is filed to get a copy. You need to prove that your circumstances today are significantly different than they were at the time of the last order, and that the changes make the current order unfair. Question 7 asks for the county and date of the existing order. Fred's case was filed in Blue Earth County, and the existing order is dated June 18, 2002. Question 8 asks for your employment information at the time of the existing order. In this particular case, Fred was employed at Slate Rock and Gravel Company, earning a gross monthly income of $5,500. If you earned income from some other source according to your current child support order, fill in that information. Question 9 asks for information about the other parent at the time of the existing order. In this case, Wilma was unemployed when child support was first established and had no other source of income. If the children received Social Security or Veterans benefits at the time of the last order, be sure to check the appropriate box in question 10. You will now be asked for current financial information about yourself. This will include information about your current employment, other sources of income, and your monthly expenses. First, questions about yourself. Check your marital status for question 11. The box for living with a companion means you are in a relationship with another person and share household expenses but are not married. Question 12 asks about your current employment. If you are unemployed, you can check the unemployed box and then provide any other sources of income you may have, including unemployment. If you are employed, be sure to completely fill in the name of your employer, your address, and your pay. No spaces should be left blank because this is information about you. You must provide your gross income. To easily calculate your monthly income, you can take your hourly rate of pay times the number of hours worked in a week times 4.33. For example, if you earn $8 an hour working 40 hours a week, you would have a gross monthly income of $1,386 per month. If you have other sources of income, for example, if you work on commissions, receive pension payments, or are self-employed, be sure to include these amounts on question 13. If you do not receive those sources of income listed, be sure to write in 0. This lets the magistrate know that you read the question but that you do not receive that particular source of income. You will need to provide documents to prove your sources of income. That proof will be sent to the other party, the county attorney, and filed with the court. We will talk about that in Chapter 4 and 5. If you receive public assistance, be sure to check any and all sources of public assistance that you receive in question 15. If you have applied for but do not actually receive any public assistance, do not check a box. If your child or children currently receive Social Security or Veterans benefits, be sure to include that amount in question 16. If there are no benefits, write in 0. Question 17 asks about spousal maintenance orders currently in place. If you have any non-joint children, which are children that you may have with another parent not a party to this case, then be sure to complete all of the information in question 18. This includes the name of the child, their date of birth, the amount of any court-ordered child support, if any, and whether the child lives with you. If there is no court-ordered child support, be sure to write in a 0. Be prepared to provide copies of your court orders at the time of your hearing. On page 6, you are asked about your monthly expenses. If you are married, include total household expenses. If you live with someone that helps pay your expenses, it could be relatives, roommates, a companion, still list all of your expenses. For expenses such as utilities or groceries that may change month to month, write in your average monthly expense. On the next page for question 20, check the box for anyone who helps pay your expenses. If no one helps you pay your expenses, check the box that says no one. Question 21 asks about the value of any property that you may own. This includes any real estate, checking or savings accounts, vehicles, and household goods. Be sure to give a fair estimate of all of your property. You will now be asked about current information about the other parent. You may or may not know this information. If you know some but not all information, be sure to fill in what you do know. If there is information that you do not know, then you can write in unknown for the answer. Question 22 is about the other parent's employment, and question 23 is about the other sources of income the other parent may have. If you believe the other parent receives public assistance, then check the appropriate box on question 24. Question 25 asks about the other party's obligation to pay spousal maintenance to you or any other person. If you do not know, then check I don't know. If you have any information about the other parent's children from another relationship, then you can answer question 26. If you believe they may have other children but are uncertain, then you can write in unknown. Print your name, address, and telephone number at the end of the form. Do not sign your form yet. You must sign your form in front of a notary or court administrator. You can often find a notary public at your bank, or you can visit your local county courthouse to have your signature notarized. You have now completed the forms to modify your child support, but you are not done yet. You must now get a motion date to write in your motion to modify child support. The first form that we filled out. If you do not already have contact information for court administration, you can find it again on the Minnesota Judicial Branch website at www.mncourts.gov/child support videos. Click on the Contact Court Administration link for a list of all county courthouses in Minnesota. When you are sure that all of your forms are completed with true and accurate information, you can then sign your forms in front of a notary or court administration. Helpful tip: use blue ink to sign your name so you can easily identify originals from copies. This ends Chapter 3. Click on the next chapter to learn how to serve copies of your motion on the other party, the county attorney's office, and how to fill out the Affidavit of Service form.